so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of this nightmare. But when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to fight. And if I wait tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. When I'm no way to go, no one that can see through at the side of the light. I can see my life is crap, I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the fear. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the start of it. But when I stop to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to fight. And if I wait tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so dumb and out of time. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to fight. And if I wait tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here we're live tonight, Pocono, Pennsylvania. That's right, the Tricky Triangle. Folks, we're here for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. And man, we're here for some high octane, high speed, high fueled excitement. I want to appreciate everybody coming out. As always, well, I'm up here in the booth, man. I'm up here by myself tonight. It's all right. John's on vacation, man, this week, but no problems here. I'm going to tell you what, we're back here at Pocono, home of Stock Car Racing Experience. That's right, RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. Like I always say, fellas, unless they got a convertible, not happening for me. But do want to bring down a special guest here, a man who actually works at the Stock Car Racing Experience. Jay, hope I say his last name, Kluk. we'll get it right here in a second. But anyways, want to bring him down, get a word in with him, because man, I know it's going to be an exciting time here tonight for him, as got a lot of eyes, man, going to be here. So let's bring him up here, Jay. Jay, is Joe White in the booth? Got a copy?
I got you, Joe. How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. I tell you what, we're here at the home here of Stock Car Racing Experience. Is the title sponsor here for RacinFreeks Sim Racing League here, Pocono, Pennsylvania, the Tricky Triangle here tonight. We're gonna look like we're gonna have some awesome racing, awesome time. How you doing out there, man? Tell us a little bit about old Stock Car Racing Experience. I always tell the people, I said, hey, let's take out a convertible out there. I don't know about me fitting through the windows, but never having anybody talk about them, what y'all do, and maybe some of the things that you can do to experience if you come up there in Pocono, Pennsylvania.
Of course, Joe. I'd be happy to talk with you about our program, a little bit about what we do. First of all, I definitely got to thank RacinFreeks for getting in touch with us, having us on board. It's a funny story. I actually strapped Robert Moyer, the league admin, into a car, and we just kind of got to talking. Said, I'm on iRacing. He said he's on iRacing, and we just kind of went from there. So a little bit about our program. We offer the opportunity to ride along in one of our stock cars or drive one of our stock cars on Pocono Raceway, and we are the exclusive stock car program on Pocono Raceway.
Nice. I'll tell you what, that's unique to be able to actually drive them. I know I'm here in North Carolina, and not far away from actually Charlotte Speedway. A lot of the race teams are, and I know they have something similar down there. I'm not 100% sure who it is or whatnot, but I've heard people talk about it and so forth. But it's kind of cool when you can actually get in and drive. So y'all offer someone to actually drive around this huge track here at Pocono?
Yes, sir. We offer a few programs. So our ride along is, if you don't feel comfortable getting behind the wheel just yet, we can help get you up to speed by having one of our professional instructors take you around the racetrack in one of our two-seat cars. All of our cars are the same. There's no trickery or difference between our student cars and our instructor cars. They get swapped out all the time. Or if you feel confident to strap in, take control, you can get behind the passenger wheel. And a little bit of difference between us and other programs' driver's wheel, is that you're in the car by yourself. Other programs will have an instructor riding shotgun with you. We want you focused on the road ahead. So we do a follow leader format. So one of our instructors is in a lead car. You follow them. We got boxes painted on the track, keep you in the driving line. As long as you look comfortable, speed goes up lap per lap. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, man, that is awesome. I'll tell you what, that makes it even more sound exciting there to get around here, man, to go around Pocono. Well, as far as from the real life here to the virtual life, so to speak, here tonight, we're at Pocono, Pennsylvania here on iRacing for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience, here live. And as always, iRacing live on the portal. That's right, these guys met on the main stream here tonight, plus YouTube here, and also Facebook Live is what we're showing to the world here on OSRNetwork for these guys. So how's your car feeling tonight? How do you think you're going to do here in this race?
Well, the car feels pretty good. The guys did a good job with the setup this week. I think it feels great for this tricky triangle. It's very hard to set up. I know I'm going to be a little rusty. I haven't been on iRacing, been working pretty hard in the real world. So I'm still looking forward to being competitive tonight, put on a good show. I know my boss was joking earlier, saying he might fire me if I don't run good tonight, because this is what we are, it's what we do. So I'm going to get out there and try and have fun, mix it up.
Well, you know, it is definitely got some bad, fast boys out here and some bad, fast cars on a bad, fast track here tonight. As I always like to say, good luck out there, Jay, and I appreciate you sharing, man, out there with the thing at Stock Car Racing Experience. because I know everybody. And if you're in the Pocono, Pennsylvania area, folks, which my wife is actually from Harrisburg area, Lancaster and all that, so I know that area of Pennsylvania quite well. But hey, if you're up in the Pocono, Pennsylvania, check the guys out. You want to experience what it's like to really drive one of these monster machines, as I call them, check those boys out. Appreciate it again, Jay.
Yes, sir, Joe. Thank you very much. Website and phone number are the same. Real easy to remember. 877stockcar.com for the website. 877stockcar is the phone number.
Alrighty, good deal. You heard it here. That is Jay. How do you pronounce your last name, by the way?
Cluck.
Cluck. Okay. I probably said it every which way, but the right way, and I apologize.
Hey, it's quite all right. We appreciate what you do for us, Joe. Help us get out there.
Alrighty. Thank you again, Jay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, well, that was Jay, man. Cluck from Stock Car Racing Experience. He actually works there, man. Got a lot of the guys want to come up here and see it. Awesome, man, right there. As always, man, love them guys here because they put on a very, very good show. You know, check them out. If you're in the Pennsylvania area, definitely. If you want to experience what it's really like to drive one of these things. If not, if you want to do it in the virtual world, definitely jump on iRacing here because that's where we're at. This is probably the closest thing that you're ever going to come to actually driving a real stock car here tonight. So, we're about 10 minutes out from actually doing it here. Let's do something here. Well, let's do something here that something special tonight here, folks. That we're going to do a ride along here. We're going to do one lap around Pocono, Pennsylvania to get you familiar with this is. Folks, hang on to your hats. Check this out right here.
I'm Bob Skinner, the rock star, and this is a lap around Pocono. Exiting turn 3, you want to gather as much speed as you can to carry it down these long straightaways. We'll see cars 4, 5, maybe even 6 wide battling for position going into turn 1. There are many different lines drivers can use through turn 1, but on fresh tires, I prefer a long arcing approach down to the bottom, using all the racetrack to carry as much speed up out of the corner, pushing all the way up to the wall as we enter the second of 3 long straightaways. At the end of the straightaway, we'll enter turn 2, or more famously known as the tunnel turn. As we come off the wall, we want to go in easy so we can carry as much speed throughout the corner and on exit, pushing all the way back up to the wall to the next long straight stretch. Here, we'll be seeing drivers fight for position, as there's several different lines you can take through turn 3. I use the center line on good tires and try to force my way all the way to the bottom, carrying as much speed on exit as possible, pushing all the way back up to the wall. And that is a lap around Pocono. Thanks for riding with me.
All right, folks, right there, you saw a ride along here around this tricky triangle with the man himself, the rock star, Bob Skinner. And speaking of that, let's bring him up here right now. Bob Skinner, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, we just watched that one lap around here on the tricky triangle of Pocono, Pennsylvania. I tell you, that's an awesome piece there to try to give everybody an understanding of what's going to take place here tonight at Pocono here for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. Let us know how your car's handling out there right now, though.
It feels great on fresh tires. Fall off over a long run. It gets a little bit squirrely. It's going to be interesting putting cars 2, 3, 4 wide around on some of these turns, but we're going to try to keep it clean and just survive till the end, and a good finish should show up if we can pull that off.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, right now, looks like a stacked field. Waylon Lamb out here tonight, been putting bad fast times there. Zach Hall sitting in second, so think you got the car, man, to pull this victory off?
I hope so. This group's got the potential to go long green flag runs, so I think save. We're going to get spread out, and then it's going to come down to strategy, and if I can do my math on the fly just right, maybe we can be there. I hope so.
Absolutely. We'll tell you what, you already got Tina out there, man, in the chat. She's jumping up and down already, and I know she's behind you. Tell her, man, don't jump too loud because you got to concentrate.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, good luck out there, Bob.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, that was Bob Skinner. We call him the rock star here, folks. Man knows how to fly around here. And normally he's got the ladies on the hood. Don't have them here right now, but he does have the Autobahn. I think it's like a sports style Autobahn style. But what it is basically you go in there. It's a gaming and sports type of event center that you can go into. It's kind of cool. They talked about it one time. I have to get some more information about that thing. It was kind of cool here. But right now, Waylon Lamb definitely putting down some bad fast times here tonight. He snuck up in here and he is looking good so far. So yeah, Waylon's doing well. We definitely got Zach Hall up there in the top. Cedric Hunter. Hey, Cedric Hunter's always my favorite here, man. The man knows how to get around this track. Like it. So good to see old Brian Johnson back out there too. I call him Byron Johnson, by the way, but good to see him. Boy, he dominated this race last time we were here. So just let y'all know, we've only got about 5 races to go before the chase here. We was talking about it last night. You got to look to the chase. It's pretty much about set with the 16 drivers that are going to make the chase here in the Cup Series, just due to the fact of, hey, you know, such a long season, how many races a lot of these guys have to do it to qualify in. So definitely going to be interesting here. We'll appreciate everybody coming out, because we're live here on the OSRNetwork on YouTube, Facebook Live, and oh yeah, iRacing Live too. Front side page of the portal there. Check us out. As always, here we're at Pocono. Tricky Triangle, man. We've got 3 turns around this huge track. You got your turn 1 going on there in the turn 1. Then you got what they call the famous tunnel turn. Turn 2, you head off into the flat one there. A little flat style turn almost, not quite. A turn 3, then you head down the Long Pond straightaway. Very long stretch there where they'll fan out 4 or 5. Hey, you can go sometimes 6 wide down there if they can get it going. But you'll see them get fanned out before they had to settle that going back down into turn 1 again. So definitely going to be an interesting night here tonight. I am pumped up. Got 90 laps here, folks, to get this thing done. So it's going to be an interesting. Another one we're going to have to watch out for is cautions. At this track, iRacing, if they go off onto the grass a lot, we're going to have to keep our eye open on a lot of incidents, because a lot of times you could have even 2 or 3 cars and a caution not come out. That's just because, well, the runoff here. It's almost just like an Indy and a Michigan. iRacing, just the way their algorithm is and all that, and their code is they just, unless you go on a certain part of the track, it won't throw a caution. So something to keep an idea out here as we're getting close here. Probably about another 8 minutes or so before we get set for qualifying. And they're getting stirred up here, pumped up for tonight, because we got 20 of some of the bad fast boys here at the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. Oh yeah, by the way, got a new little logo down there at the far corner for these guys. Got to thank Bob Skinner there again for that one. Well, real quick, he said I could do it. Let's do it. I'm going to bring up the owner, the runner, the man himself, Robert Moyer, and get a talk in with him before this thing starts out. Robert Moyer, Joe Wayne and Booth, got a copy?
Got a copy.
Well, I tell you what, we talked about last night. You said, all right, Joe, go ahead, interview me. I said, all right, awesome. Because we don't really get to talk to the owner here, and you are the man that runs the show here at RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. You're the man in charge. I got to ask so far, and everybody out there, man, definitely wants to know, how you feeling about this season so far, about the race tonight, and everything else. We got to talk to Jay, by the way, from Stock Car Racing. Those guys are thrilled with how everything's going. But from a standpoint of view, how you think your season's going? How you think the season's going for the league?
As for me for the season, I think my season's going great. I'm finishing in the top 5, keeping a clean car, trying to figure out how to beat these guys. Zach, Cedric, Bobby. Them guys are fast. As the season-wise, we owe it all to you and iRacing Live. Made this league grow the way it did. Words can't express the thankful that I have for each and every admin, driver, followers, you, John, all that stuff. So. Well,
we appreciate it back too. Like I've always said, man, I enjoy coming over here, enjoy doing this, man. I saw it. And again, I got to thank iRacing also there too for taking a chance on putting, hey, I'm an unknown here doing what I do and love doing what I do. And I guess, man, an unknown on a league here. And it has just been phenomenal the last, like you said, 4 or 5 weeks. It's blown up beyond expectation. It was going good before. I thought either way, but now it's just even a lot better than what it is, I think. But, I know we don't get to talk to you much up here, but I have seen a turnaround in your season. You've been a lot more consistent, real quiet throughout the race, and then methodically you move up towards the top 10, top 5s and all. I know you're talking about wanting to get that first win. I think it's looming around the corner there because you keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, you're going to be up there in the front. So, how's your car feeling tonight so far?
The car feels great tonight. Track's got a lot of grip. It's a cool track tonight. Overall, it feels really good. I think safe tires. I really think saving tires is going to be the key tonight. So hopefully I can, take my M&M's, caramel candy. Recommend everybody out there don't put 2 in the mouth because your mouth sticks together. But other than that, I think we have a chance to finish this at least in the top 5.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, I've had some caramel M&M's. Some things are good, by the way. I really do like them. So, but that's a cool paint job you got out there also. I really enjoy it. I always give y'all a hard time about this is the Chevy League. So it's good to have a little diversity out there between the Toyotas and Fords and whatnot. So, but hey, Robert, it's good to talk with you, man. Keep up whatever you're doing here in this league. It's doing a great job. And hopefully we'll see you here at the end of this one and get to talk to you again. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Alrighty. Yeah, there we go. I think I got him in the right one. Want to make sure I got him in the right team down there. As I'm getting old, folks. I have to remember where I pull these guys from. Well, we only got a little bit of time left here. We're about a couple minutes left out of the way for we go into actual qualifying here. Let's see if we can get a talk though in with our man that's on point. Waylon Lamb, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
Oh. Yes, sir, loud and clear.
All right, man, so fast, you forgot how to mash the button. Well, I tell you, right now you're sitting on top real quick. I know we're about to go qualifying here for y'all, but right now you got it on point. How's that car feeling here tonight?
Joe, man, it feels great. It handles just about as perfect as I can make a fixed setup handle. It's going to be an interesting race, though, because we do got some good fast drivers up here in the top 5, 6, or 7 guys. So it should be an interesting race.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see you out here racing as always, man. Like to see that. I know you had some wild and awesome races, man, back over in the Extreme there. So it's good to see you out on the track. And we all know that old Bree back there, she's going to be pulling for you. So we definitely going to be looking forward to that. So what you think your chances of winning tonight?
I think if I can stay out of trouble on some restarts and get away from the pack and get this thing to go long green flag runs, I may have a good chance at winning this thing. If we get caught up to late cautions and field strategy comes into play, or if I take 4 tires and the rest of the field takes none, it might be kind of hard to get back up there. So we'll just see how this thing goes. Hopefully we stay out of trouble, keep this thing clean, and bring home the win tonight.
All righty, well, let's get to it because the qualifying's underway here. Waylon, good luck. All right, that is, like I say, we're under qualifying here already, folks, as these guys, man, are out here about to gear up, get set, man, to go out here. Now, they do an open style qualifying, folks, so we'll be able to see all these monster machines out here run. It's going to be very interesting, as we see right there, Cedric Hunter. He's got his discount tire mobile out there tonight, Mayhem Motorsports, and him and old Bob Skinner, they're teammates, so they're very interesting to see what those two are going to put out here. Got some nice looking paint jobs out here as always. And now we got 21 or some bad fast boys here tonight on that awesome bad fast track. You see old Cedric right there. A couple of them going down the long straightaway here as they'll head off into turn number 1. As they head into turn 1 there, and they'll come out of turn 1. Like I say, that's a bumpy style turn there. As we had that ride along there with Bob Skinner with a lap around here on the tricky triangle of Pocono, and then we got turn 2. That's the famous turn, the tunnel turn here. And the reason they call it a tunnel turn, well, it's got a tunnel under it. So naturally, it's a tunnel turn. So as you come out of that thing though, not quite flat, but you got to come out of there. Look at that, he's going right on by. Jalen Parker is. He's coming out of it there. He's going to whip by the man Gerald West, coming Jay Weezy, by the way. As he comes out of turn 3, he almost loses it there. Man behind him almost did too. Brian Johnson, the man dominated here last time. So he put down a bad fast speeds there. Don't see Tyler Conroy, who actually won the last one here. So, wow, you know, last time's winner here. Tyler Conroy is going to miss here tonight. So that's going to be kind of unfortunate on his end. No turn 4, Chris. No turn 4s. Only 3. It's tricky triangle. Triangle. Triangle means 3. Square, 4. Oval, 4. Triangle, 3. Octagon, I think that's 6 or 8. Either one. I'd have to count it. It's a stop sign. How's that? Anyways, there's your geometry for the night, folks. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, like I say, Waylon, man, putting it on point up there in the qualifying right now. Wow. Looking good so far. As these guys, man, are blazing around this track here. So let me know how the stream looks, how everything sounds, how everything's flowing, how everything's going. I want to appreciate everybody coming out here tonight. We're live here. iRacing Live. Want to appreciate iRacing for letting me have this opportunity to be on the portal. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you very much for that. You know, Jack Davis, all the guys, Steve Myers, man, over there. Everybody at iRacing, I want to appreciate them for letting me do this. Appreciate the guys here, Racing Freaks, for letting me do it. The Stock Car Racing Experience for sponsoring these guys to put them out here. It's always a pleasure. And then the drivers and the viewers out there, as always. As we're getting set here to go green flag racing on 90 laps around the tricky triangle here at Pocono, Pennsylvania. We're listening to the sights and sounds of qualifying as Waylon Ham Lamb's putting it on the point. Brian Johnson, the man dominated last time, just came up a little short. As Tyler Conroy got up there and snuck it away from him, man, at the last closing laps last time here at Pocono. But he's sitting in second. Cedric Hunter, there you go. Got the tire machine out there flying. Looking good. There's old Cody Tabor right there, too, in the 18 machine. He's actually looking pretty good up the top 10 already. Nice paint job, by the way, in there. Hey, what's going on, Delena? I can't hit. Delna. Okay, the person in the stream starts with a D-E-L-E-N. There you go. I know I'm going to mess that up, so anyways. Oh, Cody into the wall back there really hard. Hate to see that on his end. Well, like I say, we're getting geared up here, folks. These guys, man, out here are already about set to sail. Let's get into closing laps here, qualifying. So, who's y'all's favorites out there? Alrighty, here we go. Qualifying is over with here. We concluded that one there, and Waylon Lamb puts it on point here tonight, folks. And a good time too, with a 51.903. Zach Hall moves it up into second. Brian Johnson right there in third. So, gonna be a close one here. Got to keep our eyes on what's going on. Old Jalen Parker right there. Currently sitting in the 11th spot. Oh, I'm pumped up, Tim. You pumped up? Everybody's pumped up. Well, we're getting set here to do 90 laps of this thing. I hear that. Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to be awesome as we're getting geared up right here. There we go. As Waylon Lamb tonight, the man puts it on pole here, as always. So let's get our grid in order here tonight, because there you go. Waylon Lamb puts it on pole for tonight's race here at Pocono, Pennsylvania. Zach Hall right there. And then second, We got Brian Johnson starting in third. Boy, he was dominant here last time when we were here. Cedric Hunter right there. He's got the discount tire machine starting fourth. Gerald West, look at that. Puts it up into fifth place tonight. Oh, Jay Weezy doing some awesome stuff out there. Getting jiggy with it. Dustin German has his teammate too. So there's some two fast Fords there to watch out for. Starting in sixth. Bob Skinner, the rock star, starting in seventh. Corey Blevins in eighth. Look at that. Putting it on up in there. Tommy Haynes, another one, keep your eye out for, sitting in ninth. And Nick Crawford rounds out the top 10. As we look to the rest of this field, wow. I mean, it's just a star-studded, awesome, and action-packed field with a lot of great talent here tonight. And as we're looking through the rest of it here, Robert only put down on the 20th back there qualifying. But qualifying doesn't always dictate how well you're going to do here. So, you got to be, little give or take, so to speak. I mean, he's got time. He's got 90 laps to get this thing done. So, as like I said, y'all geared up, ready to go, because I'm geared up, ready to go here. As these guys, man, are tuning up the bands, tuning up the horsepower, and getting these cars, man, ready, set to go here tonight. That man right there, Waylon Lamb, is about to set these cars off here. And he's got a 28 of Brian Johnson and Zach Hall right there beside of him and behind him. Wow, look at those star fields there. Look, got a couple Fords up there too. Like to see that. Three Chevys, 3 Fords. So hopefully it's going to be an interesting night here tonight, as these guys, man, are rolling off the start here to get set here to do 90 laps around this tricky triangle of a huge Pocono track. And guys, I'm going to tell you, well, let me know, man, how I sound out there and how everything's going. There you go. I'm Joe White here tonight. Man, voice on the mic here tonight. Definitely going to be bringing all this action that I can here. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in 90 laps, because these guys are going to want to get fanned out. They're going to want to get away from each other. Maybe it's going to be a little bit. We just have to keep our eye on some of the action going on. We've got 21 or some of the best here in the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League. And these guys right now all gridded up. Looking good so far. That's old Waylon. Look at now, he's still got that tribute car there to Lincoln Park. And like seeing that one there. So, no, Matt, he didn't. Cedric Hunter right there going to start us off in the 4th place spot. Waylon Lamb out front there with Zach Hall's pace cars coming around here to turn number 3. They took them out of turn 2. Unique style track here. Like I say, it's a triangle. And these guys are, they got to modulate around this thing a little bit. As here we go, getting set. We're looking from the hood view here. Cedric Hunter is looking over the top end as that pace car is about to set sail. Got the Edge machine there behind him. That's Gerald West and Dustin German. As they come out, pace cars in. Here we go. Green flag in the air. We're racing live. Pocono, Pennsylvania. RacinFreeks stock car racing experience sponsored right here as they fan 3 wide going down into the turn. Look at that folded out there. 3 wide, 2 wide coming into turn 1. Zach Hall shoots out there to the front side. Here comes Cedric Hunter on the outside of Waylon Lamb as they go 2 by 2 coming out of 1. They're going to head down here to a little bit of short shoot right here before they go into turn 2, the tunnel turn. Also famous coming in there in the freight train right here with Cedric Hunter in second. Waylon Lamb sitting in 3rd place right now. Got Brian Johnson right there in 4th. Zach Hall just took off like it means nobody's business out there and was bad fast gone. Gerald West on the inside of the 06 there. Tom Drilling on the outside. Got an awesome, nice looking paint job out here tonight. A new one. As old Gerald, he's kind of fell back just a little bit. Definitely got enough time to bring that machine to the front. Started 5th, currently back in 11th. So he got jockeyed on back there a little bit. As Tom takes that spot away, that old Bob Skinner, he's hanging on to the 9th spot right there. As Cody Tabor goes way high into turn 1. He has to relieve that position. He's under fire, though, by Tom right behind him. Holy cow, boy, these guys are already mixing it up here. As you see, they're riding behind. Tom's going to try to take that spot away from him. Let's see if he can. Cody's going to try to hang on as they go into turn 2. Going to be able to do it as he got it all right there. Gerald almost lost it coming into the turn. Had to check up just a little bit because Cody almost washed into him. I'm going to tell you, this car out here right now is a very tricky car. It'll slide around, which has been very loose. I know these guys talked about having grip. The problem is they might have not enough grip, or they're overdriving the car. Look at Nick Crawford, though. Boy, he's about to push Corey Blevins down into turn 1 as he put that number 4 machine right up underneath. Bob Skinner, though, says, hey, fellas, can y'all scoot over just a little bit? I know you got the NASA machine out there, man, Nick, and you're trying to shoot, man, to the moon and run around the sun, man, to get back to Earth. But right now, man, I'm trying to play some tunes out here, Bob Skinner said, and trying to push this thing to the front. As always, so far, looking good. Zach Hall out front, and he's leading this one by 7/10 over Cedric Hunter. Brian Johnson right there in third. Waylon Ham-Lamb, though, sitting in fourth. Got Dustin German, a newcomer here. Got that Ford Power machine sitting in 5th place. Corey Blevins right here. We're watching along. He's got a good battle going on with Nick Crawford. Those guys, man, are mixing it up a little bit right here, so forth and so on as they head off down into the turn. Still nose to tail all the way back. And you can put a blanket over a lot of them here. So they're my closest thing to a helmet cam I can get for y'all. As you can see, man, just what they see going down the front stretch. Actually going down out of turn 1. So they're going to head off into turn number 2 for another time here. For lap 490. Folks, let me know what you think, man, so far. How's everything look? How's everything sound? As always, like I said, I'm up here, man, Joe White in the booth. I'm up here a little bit about myself here tonight. So if I pause every once in a while, I apologize. But I'll try to keep, man, the action going and flowing. As always, boy, Nick Crawford goes into turn 3 really hard right there. He washed up the track. Probably going to give Tom the opening that he needs. As he does, Bob Skinner says, I got to go. See you later, fellas. He's on the inside. Down the long pond straightaway here. Very, very long one. As they're going into turn number 1. Side to side, Bob Skinner's going to try it. Can't hold that inside lane, though. Very, very bumpy track. Very bumpy, man, turn right there as they come out of the turn. Let's see where Tom is right there on their back bumper. Look at the battle going on. The cupcakes. I like that. Nick Crawford said he's giving cupcakes away. Or does that mean there's a bunch of cupcakes on the track? I don't know. Who knows? Right now the rock star says, look, I don't want cake. I want that spot that he's got. He's trying everything he can do. Tom's going to have to go on the outside going in here. As they're coming out of turn number 3. A little bit on the outside. Bob moves it up in there in that Mayhem Motorsports machine. And Zach Hall still has just walked the dog on this place here. At a 1.5 second lead, watching this battle going on back here for 7th, 8th, and 9th. And old Jay Weezy, Gerald West, that's right. Heard Gerald West up in the booth with him the other night. Did a fantastic job. Have to have him back. And he's looking good, that 86 machine. As he's currently in the 10th place spot, he's been able to move it on up there. Tire wear is another thing. Got to be very careful with tires. As I'm going to tell you what, Tom Drilling right there is looking on the inside, trying everything he can do, man, to get it. But them 5 cars right there, almost nose to tail, because Jalen Parker's another one pushing the envelope coming up through there in his 42 machine. And oh, Tom, man, goes a little wide coming out of turn 3. He's able to hang on to it there. Going to flirt with disaster. He's really close to that wall. So right now, man, your top 5 here. Let's go ahead and bring up top 5 for you to watch it while watching this awesome battle going on back here in the backside. Man, right there behind him. Boy, look at that. Gerald West goes on the inside of the 6. Big tires right there in front. He says, I can't design, though, but that's okay. Gerald says, I'm going to bring my car up here. And don't matter if you can design or not. I hope you got enough tire wear, though, to hang on to it. And he does. Tom is able to hang on to that number 9 spot. So it's a good battle here for 9th, 10th, and 11th. Right behind him, though, man right there, Jalen Parker. He was a rookie. So, hey, what's going on, Kimo? What's happening, man? I'll tell you what. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. As always, man, I'll tell you what, we got a good race going on here. Guys up front right now, Zach Hall is definitely just running away with the show here so far. Man's got a 1.6 second lead over that man. You can just see the distance between Cedric Hunter back there and Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson's trying to do everything he can. Hey, what's up, motorsports fan? Stage 1, that's right, we got stage racing. Almost forgot about telling you about that, but I tell you what, you're right. Stage 1, lap 30. Stage 2, lap 60. Stage 3, lap 90. There you go. All right. Yeah, well, your stage 1 here is actually lap 30 tonight, and then you got lap 60, lap 90. Just keep that in mind. They got one fast fix, and you're looking at a fuel window of around 25 to 28 laps. So that's another thing I look at here. Obviously, fixed setup, man, that they run here tonight. But that man right there is putting down a blistering pace, and he's not quite the fastest, as Cedric Hunter now is actually closing in ever so slightly on him. But he's built up a pretty good lead, so we're going to have to see what happens so far. Brian Johnson right there trying to do everything he can in third place to run these guys down. He dominated this last time around. Top 3 or 4? I don't know. What's going on, Richard? How you doing out there? Branco, I hope I said that right. I just want to appreciate everybody coming out tonight here. We're at Pocono, Pennsylvania. That's right, RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. And this is the home for Stock Car Racing Experience. That's right. If you're in the Pocono, Pennsylvania area in real life and you want to experience what it's like to drive one of these or ride in one of these monster machines is what I call them, check those boys out there at the Pocono, Pennsylvania. And they'll definitely give you an experience. But like I always say, unless they come up with a convertible, I don't know about me getting in the windshield of one of these things. But hey, that's okay. Maybe they can put me in the trunk. That'll work. At least I'll get to ride around. Dustin German, though, man, he started 6th, currently sitting in 6th. Got that great Ford running around here. I've been yelling a little bit out here all season long about this is the Chevy League. They had a bunch of Chevys. Well, it seems like some of the Fords have come up here. And they put little seeds around, started watering them, and they kind of grew. And Cedric was the lone Ford out here. Now he's got a couple buddies out here to run around with. We've got a good battle going on behind him back there. Look at that. Nick Crawford back there, along with Tom Drill and Bob Skinner, and all those guys are mixing it up as they come down that long straightaway here, heading into turn 1. You'll see them fan out 2 and 3 wide going off down through there. But there's still a Hornets battle going on back here. Guys in a dogfight. As Nick right there on the inside, he's trying to do everything he can. Tom up there looking on the inside of Bob. As we did that ride along with Bob earlier on, and he definitely was one of those who he showed us what he had. But right now, he's showing us what he can do, man. The rock star man out there. Currently sitting in the 7th place spot. That man right there. But boy, he's got Tom Drilling, I'm going to say Drilling, I think that's how we pronounce it, all over his back deck lid there as he's sitting in the 8th place already. So, right now, still Zach Hall, man, out front, running this one down. Yeah, no doubt, I appreciate that. Absolutely, hit a like button. Hey, if you don't like what you see, well, I guess you can hit the dislike, or, well, you can watch some grass grow, some backgammon or something, I don't know. But, hey, we got golf on the channel too, so you can always watch that. But this stuff here, man, makes me excited. This don't make your hair, man, pumped up, jumping up and down your skin or arm or something, or I don't know. Hey, I always talk about if you got a seatbelt in your recliner, if you ain't got that thing buckled up, man, and holding you down for all this excitement, something wrong with you. But either way, right now I got a good battle going on for 7th and 8th spot. That is Bob Skinner right there. He's got Tom all over his back deck lid. Flying around high here at this high-speed track of Pocono, Pennsylvania, because up front, they're just checking out. You see them up there in the front. Zach Hall still got a 1.8 second lead over those boys up there with Cedric Hunter in 2nd. Brian Johnson sitting in 3rd. Waylon Lamb 4th. Corey Blevins, he's been able to maintain there in 5th. Dustin German, the newcomer here, there in 6th. It was a good battle here, man, between Tom and Bob. Holding with this one just a little bit. As going back there, look at this battle right here. Jalen Parker, he's on the inside of Nick Crawford. He is saying, look, you might be shooting to the moon. I'm bringing credit with me, though. We'll be able to buy us another spaceship if we wreck. Hopefully we don't wreck, but either way, he makes the pass clean in the 42. Jalen takes that spot away. That's with the 9th place right there over the man to Nick Crawford. That's going to bring old Gerald West up into the mix here. And here we go, right up through here. Gerald West looking at the 11th place spot. As always, man, as guys, man, are moving up. Daryl Ricketts right there sitting in the 12th spot. You've got Robert Moyer back in 14th. Tommy Haynes running 15th. Randy Fossett. Yeah. Man, sitting back there in the 16th spot. James Hackworth in the 17th. John LeBomber. He's back there in 18th right now so far. So, good running order here already. As Cody Tabor, man, he is out. Jay had some technical difficulties, and Matt Cherry didn't. So, still got 18 bad fast boys out here running around here right now. And a good battle going on back here in the back as Bob has been able to separate himself from Tom just a little bit. We've got fanned out here so far. As Dustin German, though, he's still trying to run down Corey Blevins there for that spot. That would actually be for the 5th and 6th. So, hope everybody's enjoying this race so far because it's been a good one. These guys are a little fanned out here. That's probably what's going to happen over time and over a distance of this race as these guys will get fanned out. As that's pretty much how this man, this whole thing, man, works is, you know, with the conditions of the track, with everything that's running out here tonight, they definitely will get fanned out here. So right now you got to look. Corey Blevins got his hands full. Look at the run, man. Dustin gets coming into that turn right there. Boy, I tell you what, he is crawling on the back end there to 25. Let's see if he gets a pass run coming into turn 3 here. So right along with Dustin German. They're coming out of turn 3. You got to be very careful with the throttle right there. Roll in it, let it come on out of it so you get the momentum going down the front stretch. The Long Pond front stretch right here as they storm across the line from lap 16 to 90 here. So far, all green flag. Very, very poised and professional running out here. Heading into turn 1. Dustin loses just a little bit of ground there. Man, I tell you what, hey, Tim, that's awesome, man. Glad you're enjoying it because it's a good race so far. Very professional start of these guys out here. And, hey, if you're looking for a great league on Saturday night, you want a bunch of great drivers, come on over here and apply. There you go. It's just saying it. Over here and apply, man, for these guys. And get up with Robert Moyer. Go check out RacinFreeks.net. There you go, RacinFreeks.net. And those guys, man, will definitely get you hooked up out there. As look at Dustin German. He's going to try to power move that forward on the outside there of Corey Blevins. Can't get it done. Watches over on the inside. Yeah, I know, boy. It is really, really exciting right now. There's a good race right here. I hate to see that, Jay, man. And definitely, man, the troubles you said you was having out there. But as always, I know Racing Freaks appreciates the stock car racing experience, being on board here because we're at Pocono, and that's the home of the title sponsor here of this league here, Stock Car Racing Experience. Right now, a very good battle, though, a very good experience, so to speak, happening right here for 5th and 6th place spot. That's right, Corey Blevins is trying to hold off that man right there, Dustin German, all he can. Problem is, right behind him, he's going to have a rock star. That's Bob Skinner here shortly, flying up there on his back end here, folks, as Bob is closing the gap between those two up there. So he's going to be looking to maybe try to run with that 5th and 6th place spot, respectively. Now, I just said, lap 30, that's stage 1. They don't throw a caution, but a stage 1, and it's very valuable bonus points. Right now, Zach Hall, well, he's dominating, just like Brian Johnson did at the beginning of this thing. And talking about Brian Johnson, he made it around that man Cedric Hunter along with Waylon Lamb, who was on the inside going to go door to door with that number 13 machine. Cedric Hunter, man's got the discount tire. The other one's got Lincoln Park singing, man, from the skies right there. Talking about he's coming across and stay very closely right there on the inside. Can't get it done. He's looking for that 3rd place spot. Waylon is trying to move it on up there. Cedric's a lone man, a lone forward up there. And he's like, wow, fellas, I need a little bit of help here. So Cedric's trying to hang on ever so much right here. As they go into turn number 1, he holds off Waylon. Looks like he might try to go there and try to grab that spot away. Try to run down Brian Johnson if you can. Waylon gets a little bit high there, almost inside the wall. As always, I'll tell you, it's a good battle already heating up and brewing here. So tires are wearing out. Guys, little patience are wearing thin. And guess what? I'm going to take a little drink right now because this action right here, man, is just hot and heavy, and you got to love it here at Pocono. All right, good deal. Well, we've been caution-free. Knock on wood. Somebody get a piece of wood out there and start knocking on it, because we've been caution-free so far for 19 laps under 90 here at Pocono, Pennsylvania, and it looks like we got green flag pit stops already happening. Got a car going off, a couple of them in the back there going off in it. Wow. Absolutely, there you go. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, Racing Freaks definitely is a good league here. Boy, look at Waylon Land come off of turn number 1 right there, a little bit sideways, kicking that thing like a drift car just a little bit. As we see Bob Skinner's trying to pull in. Actually looked like that would have been Dustin German who came into the pits a little bit earlier. Yes, he did. He came into the pits back there. So definitely interesting here. As you see the tribute machine that we're riding along with there with Waylon. As he's got his hands full, though, with the man right there, Cedric Hunter. Now, Cedric Hunter, he's got his discount car. We're missing Hello Kitty. I know John out there is missing Hello Kitty, as that's his favorite car. He got a brownie. Where's mine? Oh, see? I had pizza. I got some more pizza, though, after the race. So I'm going to have pizza. Well, right now, Waylon Lamb is trying to pull it up there to come out of turn number 1. He gets a good run coming down the little short chute here. Got to go down that famous turn number 2 here, the tunnel turn here. They call it the tunnel turn because, well, you see the big tunnel? Well, there's a tunnel up underneath the turn. So, in natural terminology, that's going to be called a tunnel turn. There you go. Put 2 and 2 together. This is a triangle. 3 turns, not 4, 3. That's right. Tricky triangle here at Pocono, Pennsylvania. So now, we've got all that lingo out the way. Great racing going on for the 3rd, 4th spot. Cedric Hunter's on pit road. And that's what we're going to see, man, guys. Ducking off down in the pit road here. As we'll watch them. Pit road is a busy place right now. Let's watch what these guys. John says, yeah, he misses Hello Kitty. He does. I was just seeing if he's listening out there. Oh, look like Cedric Hunter might have been went into his pits there. Bob Skinner's in. Gerald West is in. So a slew of great cars up in here. Now Zach Hall, the leader in pit road here. Everybody getting 4 tires and fuel. Came in just a touch bit early there. So we'll have to see what's going on, man. Laddick, how you doing? I hope I said that right. There's Bob Skinner and company coming off the pit road right now. So that leaves us back up here to Waylon Lamb, who is running. Here he comes into pit road. Puts us back to Zach Hall. Zach Hall's going to probably cycle around. Brian Johnson's the only one yet to come in pit road and take a pit stop here tonight. Well, so far, so good. These guys, man, are putting on a very, very good show out front. But that man right there is just putting on the blistering pace of over Cedric Hunter. And we'll have to see old Waylon went into the pits. Let's see where it puts him out here. Bob came in with those guys. As there's James Hackworth. Man makes every race that he possibly can. So, anyways, hey, let me know how, man, everything looks, how everything sounds, how you like the racing so far. I'm enjoying it so far. These guys, man, are doing a terrific job. Awesome, man, right now. All right, folks. Well, like I said again, we appreciate everybody coming out here. Good race so far. We're at lap 24.90. We're looking for lap 30 here for the first stage and first bonus point. Cedric Hunter's right there, currently running in the 5th spot. Brian Johnson's right there in front of him, running in 4th. Zach Hall's up in the front of them, about 4 or 5 seconds up there running in third. Corey Blevins still has yet to pit. He's out front. Randy right there is sitting in second. I think he's got that Flintstone machine out there, and he's trying to run. He does. He's got the Flintstone, man. He's got that big rock machine happening out there. Like I say, that's a Flintstone on crack, man, going around out there. Man, it's going high speed, highly fast, way out front right now. So Zach Hall is definitely sitting in third. You see Brian right there behind them as they're coming out of the turn. Cedric's coming into it, so he's got a pretty good lead on them right now. It'll be very interesting to see if they can actually pull them down. You say you got goosebumps? All right, good deal. Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. You got to have the goosebumps. You got to have everything else. So why not let's have this? It's time for the speed cam. Well, I tell you what, folks, right there, if you don't get your blood pumping, man, your heart jumping up and down, man, your hair, man, standing up, maybe even jumping down also, I'm going to say you might want to get an appointment with your doctor come this Monday, or run to the ER as quick as you can tonight, tomorrow, whenever you possibly can get up and move, because if that don't get you moving, then nothing will, and if it don't, well, we got golf on the channel you can watch, and maybe that'll make you excited. I don't know. Either way, right now, got a battle about to happen for third place here as Waylon Lamb's running down Cedric Hunter. As for the third to fourth place spot, as old Waylon is looking like he's wanting to close in a little bit there. Dustin German still hanging on to fifth. As we say that, Cedric, man, is definitely right now holding him off in that discount tire mobile, as he's definitely got a bunch of tires out there running around. And he's got another man out here. He's got a rock band on the back of his machine saying, "Hey, look, I know how to run around this track. I'm definitely going to get it done." Well, Zach Hall right now still out front. Brian Johnson right there in second. Cedric Hunter is another one still right there in third. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys, if anybody's got anything for Zach Hall, because nobody has had anything for him all night long. Brian Johnson has just not been able to do what he did here in the past. So I have to see. But remember last race, Brian dominated, and I mean flat dominated. As Waylon's looking on the inside, trying to take that number 50 machine there. Looks as if he can't get the inside groove coming out of turn 3 as he head down the front stretch. He can get the momentum heading down there, get a good draft. He might be able to slingshot on the inside going into turn number 1. We'll have to see if he can take that 50 machine. That's old Waylon out there. He's going to give old Bree, man, a hard time, or maybe a heart attack, man, or anxiety attack 1 with all the excitement he's doing out here as they head off in turn 1. Looking good. I don't know what Waylon Lamb has found, but he has found something. The man just all of a sudden has turned on a light switch, and boom, performance has shown here as he is all over the back end going into the tunnel turn. They'll go side by side. Is he going to make it? Boy, he rolls up, slides up the track just a little bit. That allows Cedric Hunter to power back on the outside as they will go 2 by 2. You got the 50 of Waylon on the inside as they go into turn number 3. You got to be very, very patient right here as we ride along. But we see that outside groove there. He's got it. Oh, they all get a little wiggly. Almost touch coming out of the turn 3. But as they're going to shoot down there, that brings Dustin German up there along. Actually, that's Daryl Ricketts, excuse me. He just came out of the pits, and he's got a fresh new set of tires. Brought him up there with him. What a battle going on here for the 3rd and 4th place spot. Holy cow. That was close. They were inches away, almost in the wall right there. Waylon about following him in. Sometimes you get that little psyche. You know, you're watching the guy's rear going in there. Next thing you know, boom, you run into the wall. Yeah, that's what Cedric's trying to play right now. This is definitely a battle heating up on the track here. Now, Brian can run down Zach up there. We'll see what happens. Waylon Lamb, though, is trying to... Oh, and he bumped him. Going into the turn, he said, if you won't move, I'll move you. And he did. Moved him right out the way. He gave him a little shot right there. It was a kick and run move by Waylon. Problem is, don't want to tear that car up. Might have had just a little bit of damage on there, but I think what happened was Cedric pretty much just kind of, breaking zone there, and Waylon was coming in really fast, and, well, you know how that works, but I'm going to stick to the, Cedric just needs to move. That's all it was to it. But Waylon Lamb on a terror right there as he just moved old Cedric Hunter out of the way. Now, let's see if he can run down Brian Johnson, and if he possibly can run down that leader up there, which right now, I'm going to say this, Brian and Waylon both are faster than Zach Hall up front. That's right, Hello Kitty will be back. He'll be swinging at the world going, hello world, how you doing? There's Waylon right there in the backside. Where old Bob Skinner at? He's running in 7th place right now. He's trying to move himself up to the front. Oh, Robert Moyer moving up to 12th. He's methodically getting right there. Well, if Cedric gets back up to the back end there, Waylon, we'll have to see if we have round 2 of this one that happens. Right now, a good battle. So, Brian is running down. Well, he was. Right now, Waylon is about as fast. It's faster than the leader. Cedric Hunter is faster than the leader. So, Brian, man, he lost a little bit right there on that last lap. But they are running him down. The problem is Zach Hall's got such a huge, huge lead of 3 seconds. He's out there he's in cruise control right now mode. And this is pretty much what Brian did last time. Yeah, he just about did. Pretty much about pushed him right through the turn right there. And almost did push him. He gave him just a little love tap. Looked like it was just a little checkup going into the turn. You know, no harm, no foul. Nothing intentional there. But look at Waylon. He's got his hands full with the lap down car there, Daryl, who is actually on newer tires. And probably maybe a touch bit faster. He just can't make the pass on him. And Waylon is putting down some bad fast speed out here. As he ran a 52.582. Our leader ran a 52.675. So, not bad times, but Cedric right now, he's trying to hang on here with that car. Not the car, man, that he definitely wants. I do like the paint job old Daryl's got right there. Got Carolina Panthers on it, you know, because that's my football team, by the way. So, got to root for the hometown boys. Well, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go through our OSRNetwork rundown order here. Well, that man right there started in second. Currently out front, Zach Hall. He's putting a hurt lock on the field here tonight. Running out there with a 3-second lead. Man in second, Brian Johnson. Dominated here last time. Got his fishing gear out here. And he's trying to reel in Zach Hall, the leader out there right now, currently running second. Waylon Lamb, he just moved it on up there. Doesn't look too bad on the front side. Don't look like a lot of damage or anything right there. But he's currently running in 3rd place. Cedric Hunter right there in the 4th place spot. Good battle between him and Waylon. He's kind of maintaining right here as he's running in 4th. Dustin German, boy, he's hanging on to that edge forward right there. Looking very good in the 5th place. Tom Drilling right there. Got the big old tires as he's looking on the inside to maybe try to take 5th away. He's currently in 6th. Bob Skinner, the rock star right there in 7th. Corey Blevins sitting in the 8th place. Gerald West, man. There comes Jay Weezy out there. Man, running in 9th, looking good. Old Jalen Parker's another one there, currently sitting in 10th. Christopher Matthews, he's riding high with the Bullet Club out there, sitting in 11th. And Robert Moyer, man's chewing on M&Ms out there, but just maintaining in 12th place spot. And Randy Fassi, I'm going to say Fassi. I hope I said it right. Man sitting there though in the 13th. Tommy Haynes though is another one sitting in 14th with the Yeti machine. And old Daryl Ricketts, man, got the Panther pride out there. I kind of like that one, running in a 15th spot, first man lap down. Nick Crawford, he's the NASA man, got cupcakes too. So hey, look, he'll either send you to the moon or give you a cupcake. Either way, he's running 16th. John LaBamba, he changed over from tacos to Jack Daniels. What a combination. But he's running 17th. James Hackworth's got Hot Wheels out there. He definitely got a Hot Wheel of a machine, as he's currently running 18th. And that rounds out because the other three cars, unfortunately, having some technical difficulties, man, and not. So that's our OSRNetwork rundown order. Well, like I say, short field, but nothing short, man, of exciting, nothing short of some bad, fast speeds out here. As that man right there, Brian Johnson, is running down the leader ever so slightly. He was 3 point some odd seconds ahead. Now he's 2.9. Can he run him down in time? And just to let y'all know, Zach did lead the first segment there. So he was our first segment tonight. And old Bree out there, definitely, she's pulling for the 50. Go Waylon. And he is going. He has got the Go Waylon juice happening out there. As I remember that, Go Inspector Gadget. Well, Go Waylon. He's out there, man, going as best he can do. As he's already moved old Cedric out of the way a little bit. A bump and run action here at Pocono, Pennsylvania. That's right, the Tricky Triangle here for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. I appreciate bad Stock Car Racing because this is their home track in the Pocono, Pennsylvania area. Guess what? You want to realize or live how it's like to drive or ride in one of these real bad fast machines in real life, and you are in the Pocono, Pennsylvania area, check out Stock Car Racing Experience, because those guys, man, will give you a thrill and something that you'll never forget, man, right there. What's going on, Nate? How you doing out there right now? Good battles happening on the track. Brian Johnson is running down the leader here ever so slightly. That man dominated the last time we were here and then just lost it on the very last turns. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this so far tonight. We're at lap 38 and 90. We're looking for lap 60 here for the next, next stage. My bad. The Bristol race. Who's the Bristol race? Well, we got Bristol coming up. Oh, no. Well, you got to look. Pocono's spread out. You know what I mean? So, but we do got Bristol coming. We've got Darlington. Actually, we got a stretch of some. We got Bristol, Darlington, and Richmond that are all coming up on the here before we start the hunt and the chase. So some good short track racing coming up here. A lot of guys, man, like racing. But you got to look at this one here, man. This race here, they're fanned out. They're running out here. And this is the kind of style racing that you got to be real. You got to understand to be a good, a race fan, so to speak. Hate to say it that way, but to understand what's going on out here right now is these guys, man, are just biding their time, trying to run it down. But right now, Brian Johnson is running the leader down. He's running way faster times. One lap he's faster, one lap he's not. So he is running down the leader there ever so slightly. Awesome. Don't know about that one, but either way, couldn't tell you about that, my friend. But like I said, Pocono, Pennsylvania. Either way, we're here tonight at the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. As like I said, we got Bristol coming up. This race here, man, definitely is. And they're fanned out, big track, big speed, big power here. So these guys, man, definitely, man, are doing some big things here. As right now, Zach Hall is up front, doing everything he possibly can. Oh, absolutely they have. And right now, we're caution free. And that's another thing you got to look at. We've went 40 laps caution free. How many cautions they have over at Bristol, by the way? Yeah. You're not going to see a lot of wrecks here with a lot of cars, man, fanned out. That's just a typical, man, here at Pocono track. So, Yeah, no doubt. I tell you what, Nate, hey, I don't blame you. Right now, these guys are doing a tremendous job out here. As right there, you see your fourth place man, a Cedric Hunter. Tom Drilling right there, man, sitting in the fifth place spot. Old Dustin German is another one sitting there in sixth. It's Corey Blevin. So it's a good battle between there, Tom, and actually old Dustin right there as they climb off on the inside. So these guys are coming through here at about 150, 180 some mile an hour going down that long straightaway. I think they almost hit 200 mile an hour in the stock cars here. So yeah, we have been caution free so far with lap 41 of 90 tonight. We're looking for lap 60 here, and it's going to be very, very interesting. So, but if you do like short track racing, we've got short track racing coming up, and it's going to be very interesting. So, it'll be a good one. Not sure. The laps go by pretty quick, man, at Bristol. I think we actually have 150. I'd have to look. So. Yeah, it's 90. Well, it's a bigger track than Bristol. So, either way, but like I say, we've had Bristol before. It's interesting. You get a race like this going on, though, here at Pocono, Pennsylvania, at the Tricky Triangle here. The stock cars like they are. Got about 19, 18 of the bad, fast boys here. And caution-free so far. That's another thing you got to look at. So, that's going to fan the field out. Anytime you have green flag pit stops, well, guess what? That's going to, man, spread this field out a whole lot. That man right there, though, man, he got the bump and run done to him a little earlier by old Waylon Lamb right there, who's currently running in the third place spot. And that man right there, Brian Johnson, who is trying to run down, and he is ever so slightly running down the leader. I said about another 10 or 15 more laps. We're going to see these guys do another green flag pit stop. That's going to mix this thing up. Somebody's going to have to do something extraordinary. And what you saw here last time at Pocono, that man right there, Brian Johnson, dominated. He stayed out front pretty much the whole entire time. And interesting, man, out there. So who knows? Absolutely. Caution free right now to hold these cars, man, like it is. So yeah, to compare this track to a Bristol, no comparison. I mean, really, I enjoyed the Tricky Triangle here since we actually definitely got green flag pit stops happening here. So let's go here on pit road, man, and check it out. But you can't compare Pocono to Bristol. Just no way, because 9 times out of 10, I've not really seen too many caution-free Bristols. And you're right, Tina. We do got Bristol in another couple weeks. As Waylon boy slides, overshoots his pit lane right there, his pit box. That's going to hurt him just a little bit as he's going for 4 tires and fuel. As you see, old Gerald West done took his pit stop and heading out. It's going to hurt him just a little bit right there. Yeah, 170 laps, so we'll see, man, how that goes. So pit lane, I got a feeling, is going to be a very busy place as Brian Johnson still there in second. When you should pit on green, well, right here you go. This is green flag. These guys run 80% fuel, and they're running, their pit window is 25 to 26 laps here on this track. So it's definitely a cycle. As we're at lap 45, this is actually the second of green flag pit stops here tonight. So definitely very impressive what these guys are doing out here. As that's going to cycle through the field. As Zach Hall, your race leader, is now in on pit road getting 4 tires and fuel. So if this thing goes caution free, very impressive. I mean, that's all you got to say. You got to. I enjoy it because I understand what it takes to wheel one of these cars around these tracks and not hit anything out here. So what these guys are doing is very, very skillful, and also definitely, man, got to love it right now. So, hey, I want to appreciate, though, everybody coming out watching it, because we are here at Pocono, Pennsylvania, at the Tricky Triangle here on iRacing for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League right here, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience, Long Pond, USA. We've got some partly cloudy right here, so definitely interesting, man, these guys. So you talk about out there what kind of pit strategy. Tire wear is another thing you got to worry about. I think fuel actually will play more of a factor before tires will. Normally I got John T. Wimmis up in the booth here with me. He's on vacation this week. He's out in the chat though. So he's out there, man, been able to talk to everyone. As I'm up here by myself, which I've done them plenty of times here. And I'll keep this action rolling, man, non-stop for you. Maybe stop every once in a while and get something to drink as of late now. But you know, hey, look, if I got to talk this much, I got to have something to drink. And for an exciting race that we're having so far. To me, as a race fan, and I'm going to tell my age here, I have watched racing way back in the early 80s. Maybe a little further back than that. But, so, you know, racing like this to me, I understand what these guys are going through in these cars out here right now. So, definitely for these guys, man, to put on a show like they're doing, hey, I appreciate it, Nate, man, as always. And like I said, I appreciate the viewers out there, because the viewers that make the channel, it's the viewers that make this league. iRacing out there, man, is awesome. As always, man, I love it. Definitely, man, it's awesome. But right now, you know, you can see the high speed that these guys are going through around this track. We're looking for lap 60 of 90. The actual race doesn't seem like it's going as fast. Yeah, racing is very good right now because, you know, like you said, oh, Waylon Lamb, though, kissed the wall there on the outside coming out of the turn. I hope that don't upset or hurt his car right there a little bit. As I got to see, that might slow him down because I call right now out front. When you get green flag stops, you know, probably right now these guys, yeah, it did, man, pancake that right-hand side just a little bit there. So that's going to hurt his momentum and performance just a touch. And old Cedric Hunter back there, man, chomping at the bit going, uh-oh, I can bring the discount tire mobile up there. Look at old Randy right there. Randy's doing good. It's yet to make his other pit stop, but he's currently running in the 5th place spot. Got the Flintstone machine out there flying around. Old Dustin German, that's another one, a rookie here. You see the R beside their name. That means they're still a rookie here. They would get that R took away. We were actually talking about that the other day. They were talking about putting like A, B, C and all that on it. And I said, what? We're going to sing the alphabet out here one night. A, B, C, D, E, F. You get the idea. Anyways, Dustin, man, out running the 6th. That means he's a rookie. So, obviously. Oh, absolutely. More than 20. Yeah. Well, these guys do 90 laps here. They do about a quarter or a little, sometimes almost half. Well, the 95 machine right there behind him. Up into the wall. Jonathan Bomber. Boy, he's looking like the man's got old Jack Daniels on his car, and he's looking like he's drinking a lot of Jack Daniels right there on that move. So you definitely have to watch out for that one. That's Tom Drelling right there. He's trying to pull it up on there. Dustin German and have another battle for the 6th and 7th place spot. As Bob Skinner's back there running around. So it has been a good, like I say, again, good race. You know, can't compare this thing to a short track, definitely not. So not one of them areas, man, you want to. But again, I want to appreciate, man, iRacing. I want to appreciate all the viewers out there. Because without y'all, hey, look, you know, wouldn't have the channel, wouldn't have the leagues, wouldn't have iRacing, man. You know what? These guys, man, all these guys out here come in week and week out to race. It's awesome. So definitely, man, it's a good thing here. And that's right. Find you a good league out there to run in. You know, I'm here at OSRNetwork. I do 4 different leagues, broadcast them. You know, we've got Winstell tomorrow night. And then CFRL, which we're off this week, we do as the IndyCar League. It's on Tuesday night. Then ExtremeMotorsports99.com. I do their Xfinity and the Cup on the broadcast for them. Then Hardline Racing with Xfinity on the Friday night. So then we're back around to Saturday nights here with the Cup League here at RacinFreeks Sim Racing League on the Saturday nights here. And I want to appreciate, like I say, iRacing for letting us do it live. It's right now the rock star Bob Skinner sitting in the 8th place spot. Jalen Parker right there. Look at Robert Moyer, Daryl Ricketts and them and company back there. They're all in a nest trying to run each other along with Christopher Matthews as they just went right on by. Boy, look at that. The Carmel M&M machine. That man's bringing the train to the front. 10th place already. I told you, keep an eye on him. Man loves M&Ms, loves being consistent. He'll be there at the end. He'll be in the top 10 before it's over with, and he's bringing that thing to the front very methodically right now. But he's also got Christopher Matthews right behind him. And Jalen Parker right there, though, goes a little wiggly. He'll take that spot away up to 9th. Look at the man, owner-operator here at Racing Freaks. Looking good so far, running in a 9th place spot. I told him one day I'll just put the camera on him, just let it ride around with him one day, and that'll be done. Actually, what we need to do is, when I do get it set up to do it, the side-by-side, we'll put the in-car on him and let it ride around, see what he's doing. So I had to dedicate the in-car camera there with him. Right now he's looking good. He's got Christopher Matthews all over his back deck. Jalen Parker almost lost it right there a little bit. So just going to see, man, if old Christopher Matthews can do anything out here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got to check out the sponsors, check out anything with these guys, man. You know, they definitely they open it up. They run a league on Friday nights also, and that league actually runs Xfinity Series. It's not broadcast or anything, but they definitely run one, so check them out. Yeah, definitely one's taken right there. That's all right. Well, Bob Skinner still looking good, running in the 8th place spot. Randy's still holding on to 7th with Tom right there. Boy, he was almost to climb all over the back end, though, of the 5th place man. Dustin German right there as he's closing that gap in ever so slightly. That 06 machine's looking good. He's trying to take the edge off the Ford up there and says, hey, look, just move over a little bit. Hey, man, don't worry about it. Throw your peel or two out the side view mirror and you can catch it on the way by here. Oh. Hey, there's a lot of great painters out there, man. Check it out on the forums and definitely check it out. So, right there, good battle going on. This will be an awesome battle right here for the 5th place spot as Tom is actually trying to close in on that man for the 5th place there, Dustin German. He is ever so slightly looking at us. Right now, Zach Hall still has a 2.2 second lead over Brian Johnson. And Waylon is right there in 3rd. He's a little further back, about 7.6 seconds in the backside right there. So we'll definitely have to look and see. Boy, this is the battle right here for 5th and 6th. These guys are on the back end of each other all over. So if he can get the run going down the front straight here, maybe going into the first turn, he might be able to do a dive down on side. What to see? If he can get a good draft, he's going to try. Nope, can't get close enough to him. Almost there. Oh, bumpy turns. They come out of turn 1. Oh, boy, he slides right up against that wall ever so slightly right there on the wall. As you saw, as we're riding here with Dustin German right now, these guys are still nose to tail battling it out here between each other as Tom's doing everything he can to try to muscle around that number 4th place machine of Dustin German right there. So definitely is a good battle, man. These two guys are cats are putting on out here. Like seeing it so far as wow, love it, love it, love it, love it. And there you go. I know Tim loves that dash cam time. How's that, Tim? I know you like the dash cam out here. Oh, I tell you what, right there, Dustin had to check up for old Darrell. That's going to allow Tom to maybe sneak and look on the inside there. Is the door going to get open? No, it's not. The 44 just came out of the pits on good tires. It's going to mix it up just a little bit here. As just to see how close it is at 170-some mile an hour. That man in the 06 machine has to methodically be good as they go across the tunnel turn right there at a high rate of speed right here. Absolutely, 43. Dustin German's hanging on, but here comes the 44 on the inside of the 06 with those new tires. He is down there with the Panther Pride machine looking good, firing up through there as he splits in the middle of those two cars. So that's going to give a little breathing room to that man in 4th place spot, Dustin German. We've got 4 laps to go before stage 2 is complete. Zach Hall's out front just putting a beating on the field right now here at Pocono, Pennsylvania. 44 machine right there. Looking on the inside is going to help out this 06. Maybe he can hold that door open just a little bit. And that number 06 can kick it right on through and come flying through there as they'll go wheel to wheel here. Oh, he can't get it done. Had to back off of it. The 06 Tom had to back out of it just a little bit there as he could not make that pass hold as Tom's looking on the inside. Well, the lap car's got a little newer tires. That's why he's able to hang with these guys. They come out of turn number 3. Going to shoot down the long pond straightaway here. Very long straightaway here to Pocono, Pennsylvania. That's right, in Pocono, Pennsylvania. So, as they come on down through the stretch here, right now, like I said, Zach Hall's still out front. Brian is chasing him down ever so slightly. I mean, very slightly. So, Cedric Hunter sitting in third. Tom Drilling right there. Boy, doing to do everything he can to muscle his way up there if he possibly can. But right now, the number 44 machine, he is he's doing everything he's got to do to try to pass him if he can. Kind of holding up Tom just a little bit. So good battle going on here for the 4th and 5th. Hey, what's up, John? How you doing? The gearbox cam for me actually is that right there. There you go. Changes it up in the rear view. So we're riding with Dustin right there as he's got the man on the back side. So as he's looking on the inside, the 44 is definitely trying to sneak it on in there. Is he going to be able to make this turn? He might be able to make the pass as they come down the straightaway this time by. On the inside, yep, 44 cleared him. That's going to hold the door open there for a minute for the 06 here. Good racing so far. You're right, for the 5th and 6th spot here. There, Tom is on the outside, looking very good. Yeah, I changed the cameras up just a little bit. The hood view is pretty much the nose view. It looks like Tom pushing just a little going into turn 3, not been able to make that pass up there. And that's my version of the helmet cam, so to speak, on the inside view there. So I just trying to make a few little things, man, to help out, make a few things, make it look a little better. Awesome. Absolutely, iRacing action here, and you're definitely right. We got some good action here at Pocono here, the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. Well, Waylon Lamb in that 50 machine, he made a pit stop, so now he's going to try to catch these guys up here. He's waiting for all these guys to. He had to because he hit the wall earlier on. And it's a good battle going on right here for the 4th and 5th spot, because right now Zach Hall is still up front. And he's just putting a beating on the field. And right there, look at that. Tom Drilling has been able to push back up on the number 43. This is one of the best battles going on the track. Look at the run he got coming out of turn 1. He dives on the inside there, the 43. They're going to go side by side all the way down this stretch here. Waylon could help out one or the other. Let's see if they settle this going into turn 1. Does he have enough? The 6 machine does. Powers around the 43 there. Nothing Justin could do, but he had that inside run. So now, let's see if the man behind him here. Whoops. Dustin looks back on the inside. They are swapping that position back and forth. As they go across the tunnel turn, the 43 is going to take it back around. Is the number 6 going to try for the crossover? Waylon's going to look, fellas, I need to get around you. I'm a little bit faster, but here comes Tom. Turn number 3 on the inside. They're going to take it another door-to-door here. As you see Waylon on the inside, he takes it and says, I got to go, fellas. 3 wide as they came out of that turn. Waylon Lamb, man, put their car 3 wide just like it was nothing. Coming out of turn number 3. Absolutely. Good deal. Appreciate that, John, man, because I tried a few little tricks here on the trade, man, on the stream. But I tell you what, Waylon made a awesome pass just a second ago, going around those 2 cars on the outside. Or actually went through the middle there, 3 wide, but allowed Tom to get that 4th place spot away from Dustin. Holy cow, what a move that he did. He put it on him right there. Man, bringing the Lincoln Park Tribute machine to the front, trying to get his lap back the hard way. He's on newer tires, so he's going to have to be very, very careful. He's off cycle here as a Zach Hall, folks, stage 2 leader. That's right. He led that lap 60 right there, so he gets that ever valuable bonus point. Awesome. That's right. 3 turns, tricky triangle. You got it, John. As always, it's a triangle, not an oval, not a square. Triangle. It ain't an octagon either. So we're good. Anyways, back to the action at hand. Zach Hall, though, has been run down by that man, Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson has ever so slightly been able to watch this right now. As Yeah, John's one of our regulars out there, man, Jay. Well, he comes and watches everything. We call him the accountant at OSRNetwork. He keeps up with all the numbers. Better than I do, I tell you. I'll tell you, we're about to have a battle here, though. Brian Johnson lost the actual race here last time they were here by an actual pit stop. Was absolutely fun to drive in real life, no doubt. But right now, Brian Johnson is closing the gap on Zach Call. Can he get to him before pit stops get here? Looks like he's a lot faster on the longer runs. The problem is, can he get to him before they make another run? So want to sit that 28 machine. Absolutely not. Right now, you got to look at it. Man's got the Bass Pro Shop out there. He changed in the Mountain Dew soda can machine for a fishing boat. And he's out there trying to fish. And what he's fishing for is a lot more speed and to run down this leader here. He's got his hook in him if he can just reel him in. And he's reeling him in ever so slightly right now. As that would be Zach Call. You see the distance right there is down to almost a half a second. That man had 3-second lead over Brian Johnson at one time. Now he's got a 6/10 lead. So Brian is coming in a hurry, and he's coming with some bad, fast fury right now. Old Brian I call him Byron Johnson, by the way, folks. I don't know why. What we do? Hey, did I mention that we're also lap 64 of 90 and caution free so far? Wow, we're on a tear. Can we make a record? This will be our second race of the season to be caution free. That's right, because Daytona, first race of the season, was caution free. If I don't remember, I believe it was. Yep, caution free. Well, right now, Brian Johnson and Zach Hall's got to be looking at his rearview mirror and going, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, what in the world do I got to do to seal the deal out here? I've got one of the baddest cars around, and this guy, man's coming around with some Bass Pro machine out here trying to run me down. Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, man, right now, yeah, they make a convertible. I talked to Jay earlier. I asked him, I said, hey, look, they got convertibles. He said they got a Samoa guy in the middle of one of those windows once. That makes me feel a little bit better. I asked him how they got him out, and they said they had to use the jaws of life. Nah, he said, just saying. They said they had a little pushing and prying, but, you know, all right. Absolutely. Well, right now, Brian Johnson has only got a 4/10 lead over that man Zach Hall, because Brian is coming in a hurry. Is he coming to turn one? Out of turn one, he shoots up the stretch right there. Zach Hall's looking at his rearview mirror and going, well, you gotta be kidding me. I got a speedboat following me behind me. That guy, man's got fishing gear just like crazy and is coming on strong out here. Maybe if he lets me paint his boat, man, with the Exalted car, it'd be all right. Because Brian, he's about ready to take that thing and go to the front. Yeah, he got Mobile One on the side of it too. I will give him credit, but it's Bass Pro Shop on the front. Well, look at that run he got off of the turn right there. Brian did. Man came off of that turn like an evil demon did. He came out of turn 3 down the long stretch here. He is pulling up on the leader. We're about to have a battle for the lead, folks, as Brian Johnson is about to pull up here on the backside of Zach Hall. Coming out of turn number 1, he gets, look at the bite he gets coming off the turn. Wow, the run that he gets. I got a feeling coming into the tunnel turn, Zach blocks the inside just a little bit. He goes, not so fast. I'll give you the outside, but you're not taking my inside lane as they go off into turn 2 right there. That's the tunnel turn right there, folks. But look behind him. Brian Johnson says, a matter of time, my friend, before I find the right lane to come around you right here. As he's going to try outside, on the outside, coming out of turn number 3. Well, Zach Hall says, see you later. Juked you. I'm going into pits. And he did. Seen enough. Had enough. Man come running him down. So I got a feeling Brian Johnson will bring that thing into the pits this time by. Zach Hall had seen enough of Brian Johnson running him down. It'll be interesting to see what happens here now. As Brian, I got a feeling Brian's going to come in the pits this time. Absolutely. Challenge is definitely laid down up front. Well, folks, here's the thing. When they pit this time, let's see, 70, 80, 90. Guess what? This thing goes green the rest of the way. This is the money pit stop right here. This is it for all the marbles. It's over with. This is the only pit stop that you're going to need to take right now. So, yep, here comes Brian Johnson. We're going to watch the pit road here today. Playing chicken, that's right. We're going to keep our eye out for Zach Hall, who's made his pit stop. We're going to take 4 tires and fuel. So you've got, this is the stop that's got to be for everything. Your team has got to put this thing, man, together here. Well, welcome back out there. As we're going to see, man, if right now Brian Johnson is up on the one side. He's up on the other. Jukes it up. As, we're going to see how far back he's going to be. He's out the pits right now. Here we go. He's coming out of the pits. Where is Zach Hall? Zach is right there going into turn 1, folks. Here we go. Showdown. This is going to be for all of it right here. I got a feeling Zach Hall is going to be having somebody breathe down his neck here shortly. As you see, Zach right there, Robert Moyer is leading this thing out front, getting ever so valuable bonus points. But Zach Hall knows now. He's got Brian Johnson, boy, right there. Look at Zach had to make a move to go around Robert. Here comes Brian on the inside. They come out into turn 3. This is the battle for the lead. The 28 machine is coming out of turn sideways. You don't think he ain't running that wheels off of that 28. You better believe he is. As the man is flying high right now, he knows he's got to put the pressure on Zach. Make him use that car up this whole entire run. 20 laps to go. This time by, folks, it's for all the marbles here. That's right, iRacing tonight. RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. You better believe there's a bunch of racing freaks here at Pocono, Pennsylvania. The tricky triangle heading into the tunnel turn 2. Brian Johnson's right there, ever so methodically has to watch what he's doing with Zach Hall out front. Zach's got to run that car for everything it is worth. Brian just needs to hit his marks, keep doing what he's doing, as this is the battle for the lead up front here. Brian has run him down from 3 seconds on. We got a car spinning. Nope, he got going before the caution came out. Boy, I tell you, that would have been a first one out there, but he did get going. Look like Jalen Parker, man, spun around. Look at the run Brian Johnson gets going down the straightaway here, heading off into turn number 1 as he is shooting that thing, man. Let's see if he gets a good run coming off of turn 1. That's where he's been killing Zach, coming off the turns, as he's been able to get that bite coming off those turns ever so busy. Head back into turn number 2. Lap down car is going to play a factor. That's John the Bombers. As see Zach all go on the inside of him right there. As we ride along with him, he takes it in there very slightly. Very smooth on the wheel coming out of turn number 2. Is heading to turn 3 here. It's going to be lap 72 of 90. Folks, these guys, man, they're putting on a show so far. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it right now. What you got to love is the battle these guys are doing up front here. As right here, this is the battle for the lead. You got the 72 of Zach Hall. Is trying everything he can to run that paint can machine he's got up there, the 32, and hang on to the lead. He's dominated the whole entire race. The next thing he sees a guy behind him, man, back there in a fishing boat. Look at the run again. Brian Johnson gets coming out of turn 2. And Brian dominated, but look at that. Zach says you don't have the inside lane. I'll give you the outside all night long. Here we go. Turn number 2. Tunnel turn as they head off into it. Brian is all over the back deck lid there, the number 32 machine of Zach Hall. They are definitely nose to tail heading off into turn 3 as they'll come out of turn number 3 down the long pond straight. It looks like the 32's got a better run. Don't know, washes up the track a little bit. 28 there. Brian Johnson gets a run coming off. We'll see if he dives on the inside or if the block's being put on Zach. Zach understands. Look at that. Zach knows, boy. He is crying all up on the back end. It's going to be in his back trunk here in a minute as they shoot off into turn 1. Might be for another time here. Look how close those guys are. They're very, very bumpy right there. Absolutely. Gen 6 cars out here. Cup cars. Very high speeds. Very hard to tame. very nimble little machines out here as they shoot into turn 2. This is a good battle for the lead out here, folks, right now. The number 32, Zach Hall, trying to hang on for everything he's got. He's like, I was dominating this race early on. Where in the world did Brian Johnson find speed and has closed in the gap here on me? Was he back there, man, just luring me in like bait? I don't know what happened, but look at the run again. Coming off down here. Yeah, IKR means I know, right? Or something like that, yeah. War coming into turn number 1, though. Brian Johnson powers that machine right there up against the back deck lid of him. So let's see what happens. As Zach has got a whole back rear view mirror. Can't be window driving at this point. If he does, guess what? You better believe it. He's going to wreck the car. Man's got to keep focused on what's going on behind, what's going on in front of him. Hit his marks, line after line, because if he does, hopefully he'll make that man right there mess up in that 28 machine, because right now he's not been able to mess up yet. Going into turn 3, Brian's got to be very, very patient. And the next thing we hear, folks, catching and passing is 2 different things. Boy, I tell you right there, they both came off the turn very high and wide there, but look at the run he gets going down the whole back stretch. He's clawing up there. Man's going to go up there and change his tires before it's over with. Give him some fuel going on down the track. Shoot off into turn 1 here. Brian Johnson still in the tire tracks there of the man out front, 32. Well, this is one of the best races going on up front. I'll just give you an update. 3rd place man is Cedric Hunter right there. Tom Drilling is sitting in 4th. Dustin German still in 5th. Bob Skinner's moved it up to 6th. Then you got Robert Moyer sitting in 7th. Christopher Matthews 8th. Daryl Richards 9th. First man a lap down in 10th place is old Jalen Parker. Rounds out the top 1. But I'll tell you right now, 15 laps to go. This time by, if he's got anything, he's sneaking on the inside. He's seeing if he's going to get a run down the front stretch here. Let's see if he does. As he closes that gap up, got about a half car length lead. By the time he gets to the end of it there, he's going to have to try to maybe push him. Problem is, at 180-some mile an hour, I don't know if he can get it done. Let's understand, Brian Johnson lost this race last time here and was dominant car. Look at the block thrown. That's right, Zach Hall threw a block on the inside. He knows that it's ever so slightly. Brian Johnson says time's running out. They head into the tunnel turn. Holy cow, man, what a block all the way down the front stretch. There you go. He is climbing on the back end of the exhaust tailpipes of the number 32 machine. They head off into turn 3 here. He backs off. He goes off. Look at that. Man lets off early. That's right. Easy in, hard off. That's the way you do it through the turns there. So you go in slow, come out in that thing fast, and that's what he's doing. Bad, fast. Brian is all over it. So I got a feeling this one's going to heat up here. Zach knows that Brian might be a touch bit faster coming off those turns. Right there, look at the run he gets again. Holds that inside lane. Zach's doing everything he possibly can. I got a feeling Brian's going to have to move him in order to win this race, because I don't know if he can actually go around him or not. But they shoot off into turn number 2, tunnel turn for another one here. You're right, go time. All of it's out the back door. Friendships, teammates, everything. We're heading into turn number 3 right there. Brian Johnson's all over the back end again. They go a little high and wide. That's going to open the door up for the 28. He goes low. 32 goes high. He gets a run coming off the turn. That's going to give a run to the Brian Johnson. He's coming down to the front stretch. Long pond stretches. They're going to shoot off into turn 1. Zach Hall got a good bite coming off of turn 3 that time, though, as they come across the line on lap 78. 12 to go, folks, here. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. It is a dogfight up front between the 1 and 2 place cars. And Zach Hall, who has dominated this whole entire race. He's led 67 laps so far tonight. Give you a quick summary. That's right, 77, 98 lead changes, no cautions. By the way, caution free all night long. But right now, you want to talk about a dogfight and a race up front. Look at them 2 guys go at it. Oh, boy, the 32. Well, he backed off early right there to get a good entry going in. That's going to give him a good drive off. I think he sees what Brian's doing. Brian's trying to arc that thing coming into the turn and try to arc it wide coming off as he's getting a good bite coming off the turn. Both of them are. He's going to get that draft coming down here, heading into turn number 1. Zach's got to defend that inside lane. Lap 79 to 90. Next time around, it's going to be 10 to go, folks, here. As Brian Johnson's doing every skillful thing in the book to try to make this pass up front. He might have to do the bump and run. Who knows? Problem is, that's a very risky thing because look at the speed, 198 before they slow it down to the tunnel turn as they go through it at 160. So you got to be very careful. You don't want to knock that guy into the next part of the moon there or in the next zip code because, hey, but we did see earlier on, Waylon Lamb did move Cedric Hunter earlier in the race. So something you got to think about. Run here coming out of turn number 3 down the straight. Brian's got a good run on him this time. If he can close in that gap, maybe he can push him. No, he's got the inside lane. That's not what Zach wants going into turn number 1. He's going to have to outbrake him right here. Can he outbrake him going into turn 1? He does. He gets the push going right there. But they were side by side. The 32 of Zach Hall actually powered past the man right there. What a move. What a move. Lap traffic might play a factor. You're right. This one is definitely interesting. Lap 90, that ends the race. Lap 86, if a caution does come out, guess what? That ends it. Got to be in the back of these guys' minds. But look at the 28. He is methodical. Looking on the inside as they come out into the turn number 3 again. I think Zach is holding that high line, and he's getting a good run coming off turn. But look at that arc run that the number 28 didn't get a good run that time coming off. But you want to talk about, man, a race up front. Now Zach gets a little push away right here as they cross the line, lap 81 and 90. Wow, talk about fierce competition up front so far. Guys, right now, well, I tell you what, if this does not get your blood pumping or something jumping, man, up and down, I don't know what will. Zach Hall's been able to pull away just a little bit. Brian's probably got to cool them tires down just a little. And he's going to run it up there and try it one more time right here. Yes, these two are all alone battling right now. They got an 8-second difference between the man in third place, Cedric Hunter, who's got a well of a lead over the fourth place man, Tom Drilling. As right now, Brian Johnson's going to close it back up and try one more time here again as they cross the line for lap 82 of 90. Well, folks, let me know, man. Hope I'm calling this thing good for you. Hope you're enjoying this race as much as I'm enjoying it because Brian Johnson and Zach Hall are just going out here in a fist fight with 3,400-pound monster machines with 800-some horsepower, 4 tires, and a steering wheel, and doing a boxing match around Pocono, Pennsylvania. The Tricky Triangle here tonight for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. And right there, he is crawling all over the back deck lid of that 32, trying to get him loose just a little bit. If he can, maybe make a mistake. They both go into turn number 3. Going to get a good run. He arcs it into that turn. Boy, look at the run. The 28 gets that time as he will climb all over the back end there of the 32 of Zach Hall. Yeah, I hear you. No doubt. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If you don't get excited about some racing like this, it's two of the best in the two of the best right here, RacinFreeks Sim Racing League. And he gets that outside. Zach gave him the outside. They're going to go door to door in the turn 2 and the tunnel turn right now. I think the inside lane is going to be the preferred lane here if he can get the bike going in. He does. He's going to be able to pull that car up. Oh, boy, tell you what, Brian Johnson right there, though, still gets a run coming off the turn. You want to talk about tooth and nail, back and back, fist of cuffs of fighting out here. This is two of the best here in this league that are duking it out up front. Right now, Zach Hall is doing everything he can to hang on to that man, that front place spot there over Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson is doing everything he can in the Bass Pro Shop machine. He's going to cool them tires down a little bit and run it out there again. We're at lap 84 here, 90. He knows. He's sitting up here thinking, man, look, what in the world do I got to do to get around this guy? I've tried the inside. I've tried the outside. I've done everything. Maybe it's going to have to come down to a last lap pass on turn number 3. That's what he's setting him up for. We're just going to have to see, man, what's going to happen because Right now, it is a good one up front, folks. Well, I gotta tell you, I want to give you a little rundown. Cedric Hunter's still in third, Tom Drilling still in fourth, Dustin German is fifth. Round out your top five right there. As these two are battling it out, look at Brian. He's maintaining in the tire tracks. He's wanting to keep that draft. Zach Hall wants to break that draft going into turn one because he knows if he opens that door up one time on the inside turn one, it might be over with. As they shoot off down into turn one, going to come out of it a lap 85 and 90. Very bumpy right there. As they glide off of that turn, some high speed of 175, 180 mile an hour. Brian's going to look on the inside. He peeks that thing there in the door on the outside. Zach say closes that. Says, nope, not today. Passing through the tunnel turn again here with 5 laps to go. Going to be 4 to go the next time by. Brian shoots on the inside. He opens the door. This could be the race to turn number 3. If he can get that thing going, they're going to go door to door. Will they touch? Almost touch, but they still maintain side by side. If he comes out of turn number 3, side to side, he's going to get that inside lane coming down. This could be the pass with the lead right here. This could be what Brian Johnson needs. His axe will be on the inside going into turn number 1 with 4 laps to go. This time by Brian Johnson. Let's see if Zach Hall tries to outbreak him. No, they go into that turn side to side. Brian Johnson is hanging on to the inside. He's got the brass pro shop, can't get it done. The outside lane prevails coming out of turn number 1. Gotta be kidding me. Zach Hall's doing everything he can do. Talk about amazing racing up front. These two cats are putting everything they can do right here. Every skill, every know-how that they've got in the checkbook, man, they are putting out here tonight. They have laid it all on the line, and they said, look, I have tried everything I know to do right now. Absolutely. Brian Johnson has went high, went low, got side by side. It's a matter of time. This one right here, they crossed the line, lap 87 of 90. Got to be careful here because I'm going to tell you, what's left but the bump and run. And I don't think Brian Johnson's that kind of racer. If he gets into him, it's going to be an accident, but he's got to be very cool. It's going to come to a last lap pass, I believe. Right now, these cats are putting on everything they possibly can right now. As this guy right here, man, right there, Brian Johnson closes in on the back deck lid again. He shoots on the inside, looks as they head off into turn number 2. Nope, turn 3, excuse me. Is he going to get another run? Is he going to get that push? See, Zach's got that preferred line coming out of turn number 3 right there. You want to talk about an intense battle. They've been going at it back and forth, duking it out time and time. The last 10 laps so far. And these guys, man, are looking good. Brian Johnson's doing everything he can do over Zach Hall. Zach Hall's trying to hang on to this lead up front. Folks, I'm going to tell you what, these guys, man, are definitely putting a show. Lap car might come into play up front. If they move out of the way, they'll be very respectful. James Hackworth does. What's up, Rob? How you doing it, man? Right now, an intense battle going on. There's only going to be 2 laps to go when they cross the line this next time by. And that man right there, Brian Johnson, who is creeping all over the exhaust pipes there of the number 32 machine, the paint can machine of Zach Hall out front, who has dominated this race. 77 laps led tonight. But Brian Johnson for the last 15 laps. Look at that. Comes out of the turn. We're going to have the next time by is the white flag, folks. That's right. So it's rung what you brung. And anything, will the lap car play a factor in these two here? We're going to have to see. Brian knows he's got to make the move and make it right here, right now. As they come out of turn number 1, lap car moves it on out of the way because there's an extreme battle here as they head off into the tunnel turn. For the almost, this is going to be the one more time after this time around. Brian's got to set him up. Brian trying everything he can. Boy, riding the curve, everything. He's not close enough yet to make a move on him going into turn number 3. Folks, white flag's going about to fly here for the final time tonight as Brian Johnson is trying everything he can do. Gets a run coming off to turn number 3. He's got one more lap to get it done here as old Zach Hall's a little bit far. But I want to tell you what, he has done everything in his playbook to try to get around that 32. And as Zach wins this one, going to be one tired, happy camper up front. Brian Johnson, one more time into turn number 1. Here they go as they shoot off into there. He's a little bit off. Boy, he drove that thing out of turn 1, though, as he's going to try to wheel it down into turn number 2. We're going to see what happens here. Oh, Cedric Hunter right there. Yeah, Zach Hall just moved away as they head off into tunnel turn. A little bit far away right now, though. I just think, man, Brian might have used his tires up, and it's over with. So time, you're right, is running out. As Zach Hall for the final time comes out of turn number 2, or turn number 3 for the final time. This time by, they shoot out of turn 3. Zach Hall is going to hold off a hard charging Brian Johnson and bring this thriller to an end here on the 90 laps here tonight. Caution free, folks. What a race. What a race. Wow, that's all I got to say, because these guys did a tremendous job up front. Those two gentlemen up there, my hat's off to them, because those last 20-some laps were slap amazing. And if you don't think, man, that wasn't exciting, I got some donuts to sell you, because I don't know what to tell you. Zach Hall earned that win tonight. He held on to Brian Johnson right there the whole entire race. And what a finish. What a finish. What a finish. And what a race. I mean, that was just all I can say. Absolutely. Man. All right. Well, I want to appreciate everybody coming out. You got to love that race right there. Well, let me bring up our third place man here tonight, Cedric Hunter. Cedric Hunter, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, Cedric, I tell you what, you did everything you could earlier on. You had a great battle going on with Waylon there earlier, but you was able to hang on to third place. What'd you think about your race there? Looked like you kind of got a little bump and run done to you a little bit. Don't know if you checked up a little there and you just got in the back. And did you think maybe your race was done at that point? Did you think you could get back up to third? And how was the car all night?
Yeah, I mean, without a caution, my race was honestly done. I mean, I was still going to finish probably, top 4. So, I mean, I'll take the position I got. The car in the race was all right. For some reason, I struggle with saving tires on this track. I can save fuel really, really well and still be fast, but for some reason, saving tires and being fast is just not in my vocabulary at Pocono. But all in all, I guess it went pretty good. I finished third, so I'll take the podium.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, when you go back and watch, you're going to see, man, the thriller that was put on up front up there between the two first and second place there. But again, don't want to take anything away. You had a good race tonight. Got anybody out there you want to thank for bringing that thing home in third tonight?
I want to thank my teammates, or my teammate, I guess. Bob was here, and exchanging strategies and exchanging just information and stuff to help us out. Brandon couldn't be here tonight, but usually he's a help, especially at a track like Pocono. He's pretty good here. Shout out actually to the guys up front, because I mean, even though I watched that from like 10 seconds back, that entire last run, it was super entertaining, and I honestly really thought Brian was going to move him. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed that he didn't, but I think he should have. I think that even though Zach was really fast, I still feel like Brian got kind of somewhat cheated out of last time we were here, so he deserved that win. Yeah, huge thanks to you for making the broadcast, for everybody that watches, all the fans and everybody out there. Thank you to the admins and also to our sponsor, Stock Car Racing Experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, they were on board watching tonight, and they watched the thrill. And you're talking about between the top two there. I tell you, professionalism is the first thing that comes to mind between the two there. You're right, he had ample opportunity to move him out the way, but he broke out everything in the racing rule book and textbook to try to make that pass, and did it, and just came up a little short. Awesome race. But Cedric, don't want to take anything away, man. You did a phenomenal job bringing that thing home in third. Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, well, it's a third place man. Well, let's go down here, because I know we got a tired second place man here tonight. Brian Johnson. Joe ain't in the booth. Got a copy?
I got a copy, Joe.
Well, I'll tell you what, if anybody ever needs a textbook, man, or a absolute, man, video on how to race Pocono professionally, hard, and anything else, man, they got to watch the last 20-some laps of this one, because if you wasn't on the edge of your seat, well, you should have been, because y'all two out there, you did everything that you could possibly do to try to get around Zach other than put the bump and run on him and move him. But, man, what a race. What was going through your mind through those closing laps?
Man, not much. Just drive the car hard and try to pass Zach. Yeah, there's nobody else I have more fun with racing with than Zach. But yeah, it was just push him hard and drive hard and try to pass him. And we pushed each other to the very limit. We're teammates too, so we talked before those last 20 laps and afterwards, and both of us just really wore out. We wore each other out. So, yeah, it was a great race. It was a great race. I'll take a second in that one.
Believe me, from our standpoint, awesome race. I mean, y'all two out there put on the show of the century out there. I know last time was a little heartbreaker here when it was the Pocono before you dominated this race, and then just a pit strategy call by the tube machine out there. You know, he basically just come up there and took it on a strategy. Tonight, Zach had the dominating car, and you just came out of nowhere there. But, man, you gave him everything he can handle there in those closing laps, and it was just phenomenal to watch. But I know you got to be tired out there, excited, man, for this race here. Hey, your sponsors was out here for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing. You know they were loving every bit of it out there because y'all were giving it a true extreme style, man, performance. You got anybody out there you want to thank for it?
Yeah, I just got to thank the sponsors, the Stock Car Racing Experience at Pocono Raceway. They we have a really good relationship with them. Got to thank Robert for putting on this great league. He's done a lot of work in the past month, getting the league to where it is today. And definitely my other two teammates, Zach and Chris. They're always good friends to have during a race. And then all the fans out there that watched that race, I hope that was a good one to watch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. On the edge of their seats, man, lap after lap, didn't know what it was. Man, we went from them guys going, well, they're just riding around to this is the awesome thing in the world where y'all two just put on a show and then last several 20-some laps or whatnot. But, again, Brian, man, can't say enough. Congratulations on second out there, and what a race to the finish.
All right, thank you, Joe. I'll see you next week.
All righty. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to go down here to victory lane because I know this guy's probably just laying on the ground, tired, wore out, because, man, that guy drove, well, if there ever was a saying, drove the lug nuts off of a car. He drove the steering wheel right out the steering column and everything else. Zach Hall, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if there ever was one man that was happy and probably tired, lay down on the ground, it's got to be you, because the last 20-some laps there, you dominated this race all the way up until the next thing you know, you look up and you got a guy back there in a fishing boat running you down in the Bass Pro Shop machine of Brian Johnson, and he gave you everything that you possibly can handle. I mean, the only other thing possibly out there would have been the bump and run, which we thought was coming too, but man, what a textbook run out there, an exciting race. Again, congratulations though for pulling off this victory here at Pocono, Pennsylvania here for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. And hey, they were on board watching all night tonight. Loved every minute of it. The viewers out there loved it. Man, hey, take us through, man, what you was going through when you was battling with Brian.
Oh man, that's got to be so I pitted with 24 to go. It's got to be the 24 laps that have been the most nervous and on the edge of my seat. Really, I had to dig down deep, brother. That took everything from me, because he was a lot quicker right there for sure. And I just knew if I had a lap older tires, I pitted a lap before him because he was catching me so fast at the end of the last run. So I knew I had to get something to stay in front of him at least. And I only came out a half second after that pit stop, and I was kind of like, wow, he did a great job coming down the pit road because he didn't lose that much time. And he was right there, and he drove all the way up to me. And I knew if I didn't save in front of him and just back up my corners, make sure I get great exits, and just can't let him get side by side. My biggest thing there was I can't let him get to my inside going into the tunnel turn. I would let him get to my inside in turn 1 and 3 just because it's so hard to keep the car from coming out to the wall there. But the turn 2 is such an inside dominant line that the outside just doesn't have the grip up there to keep up there. And I'm telling you, Joe, that race right there that one will go in my memory banks right there, because I just can't think of a harder fought race right there with my teammate too, racing each other nice and clean. And I mean, I threw a block on him. I didn't care if he gave me the bumper, but he didn't. Luckily, I kind of got away the last 2 laps, so he couldn't get there again. And man, I'm telling you, I'm wore out. I've never been wore out after a race. I'm wore out this time.
You're talking about wore out. I'm wore out up here calling that thing. You're right. The last 20-some laps of that race was phenomenal. I mean, y'all broke out every textbook in the world on how to pass and how to get there. You talk about him getting on the inside. Only time I saw it, he got on the inside the one time and going into the tunnel turn there, turn 2. You were able to power that thing on the outside there. And I'm like you, I thought once he got on the inside, he was going to be able to drive that thing away from you. But you did a phenomenal job keeping him there. A couple times when I saw him get on the inside, I thought, okay, it's over with. Especially going down the long straightaway there and going into 1, I said, okay, he's got where he wants finally. That you just dug in with that car and held on. You two guys just put on a thriller of a exhibition show on how to drive these things around Pocono, Pennsylvania. Awesome race. Man, you got anybody out there you want to thank for this win tonight?
Oh yeah, first off, let me thank Brian. He pushes me to be a better driver, that's for sure. Like that dude right there he'll drive you to a next level, and that's what I like. I like when someone pushes you, to the next level of your driving abilities. And he's a great teammate. I also got to thank my other teammates, Robert Moyer and Chris Matthews. They're great teammates too. I don't see where they finished tonight, but hopefully they had a great run. I was kind of in the twilight zone there, not worried about anything, just focusing forward in my mirror. But I gotta thank the fans out there for watching. Like, this has been an awesome ride, guys. I'm glad. I love it when I see people out there enjoying watching this race. Like, I hope they get as much enjoyment as I do, because I love this every Saturday night. This is something I look forward to each week. If I had a bad run, I'll think about it the whole week till the next race, because I love it. This is like the greatest adrenaline rush. So I love doing it for the guys out there watching. And also I want to thank you, Joe. You do a phenomenal job, and we couldn't thank you more enough for helping us grow our league and get to where it is today. And also want to thank the admins. I've already thanked Robert, of course, he's the owner of the league, and I got to thank Bobby and Cedric, the other 2 admins. Man, they do a great job. We all work really hard here together, and it comes out something good. And also, last thing, shout out to my parents. Actually, they're watching tonight too, so got them a win after I got 2nd place last week. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Love to see the family members out there, and definitely you put on a show for your family out there if they were watching, like you said. And all the viewers out there that loved it, along with me up here, man, loved it. Loved watching you guys, man, run week in and week out again, though. Folks, tonight's winner here in a thriller at Pocono, Pennsylvania, here for the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience, Zach Hall. All right, well, let's go ahead and get our rundown results order, because Zach Hall did win this one tonight, along with Brian Johnson. And if you missed the last 20-some laps, well, you have to rewind this one back and go watch it again, because, wow, what a race. Cedric Hunter right there in 3rd. Tom Drillings finishing out in 4th. Bob Skinner, the rock star, in 5th. Dustin German right there, a good finish for him in 6th. Robert Moyer maintaining that consistency pace right there in 7th. Christopher Matthews in 8th. Old Gerald J. Weezy right up around the 9th. Look, old Randy having a good finish tonight here, running in the top 10. And 11th, old Darrell Ricketts right there in 11th. Tommy Haynes running in 12th. John LeBomber in 13th. James Hackworth in 14th. Waylon Lamb, not the night he wanted right there, ended up in the 15th spot. Old Jalen Parker there in 16th. Corey Blevin 17th. Nick Crawford in 18th. Cody Tabor 19th. And old Matt Cherry rounds out the top 20. 21st will be old Jay right there on some technical difficulty. Well, folks, I'll tell you what, you love this one, I hope so, because it has been a thriller here at Pocono, Pennsylvania, with the RacinFreeks Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience. Well, tomorrow night, OSRNetwork will be live, YouTube, Facebook, live, and Twitch. We're going to be bringing you Winstail Cup Racing. That's right, from Daytona. High banks, tracks, high speeds there. So we'll see you tomorrow night, 7:15 Eastern Time. I'm Joe White, up here in the booth, man, for OSRNetwork, for RacinFreeks. Hey, folks, I hope you enjoyed this one from Pocono. Everyone, have a good night.
Have you ever wanted to drive a real race car on a famous NASCAR track? The staff at Stock Car Racing Experience will suit you up, teach you what you need to know, and put you behind the wheel of a 160-mile-per-hour stock car on NASCAR's famous Pocono Raceway.
That was great. I enjoyed it. Unbelievable.
It's that unique, one-of-a-kind experience you'll never forget.
It was definitely worth it. It's the second time I did it, and I'm still shaking.
Call or register online at 877stockcar.com for a heart-pounding, once-in-a-lifetime experience. You won't forget it.